take off those shirts, spin them around your head like a helicopter, because we're in North Carolina here tonight, taking on some Roval action, Wesley.
The Roval, the track that was built back in 2018, adjacent to the mile-and-a-half mecca of motorsports. That is the Charlotte Motor Speedway, America's home for racing. Summer Shootout Series kicking off tonight's lid lifter as we speak right now. I'm checking that out on the big screen on Flow Racing TV. Ready to call this iRacing broadcast, though, with you, and we're ready to see this event. Now, we want to welcome everybody. Again, Adam Flieger working on production, all the great people that are a part of the NASRA program. We're ready to go here as the field begins to roll off of pit lane. The race director is TJ Moore, Brady LaBeouf, and of course, in addition to that, big thanks to Cody Nod and all the people behind the scenes. We're ready to go now. Look at the starting lineup. As we always come on the air, right as they're greeting Blake Lothey and Tyler Dittmer, Ford and Toyota, row number 1. Sean Hamilton, Kerry Tribune, Chevrolet's row 2. Ed Osborne and Nate Bauer, row number 3. Then it's Lance Miller in a Toyota, Adam Newton in the top 8. And you've got Jacob Klinkhart and Adam Newbert, William, your top 10. And it was really cool to work with him in the broadcast booth at the Koa Raceway over the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. That looked like a blast up there in the broadcast booth. Rolling off 11th here tonight's the 69 of Tim Hammond. 12th, though, is the 22 of Brandon Broadfoot. He was talking about those lap times he was putting down here. 13th position is going to be Derek Kilgore in that 11. 14th is going to be 51 of Brian Chu. 15th position is going to be the 42 of Steve Barnett. 16th position is the 48 of Robbie Richards. 17th position is going to be the 33 of Jeffrey Johnson Jr. 18th position is going to be the 37 of Raul Meza. 19th position is the 29 of Chris Kynes. 28th position is going to be the 86 of Kyle Hess.
Going on with the rest of the lineup, Richards and Johnson, 21st and 22nd. Then you're going to see, of course, White Morales. Then it's going to be Hartwick and Cantwell. Row 12, row 13, Donnie Lyons, Curtis Rogers, followed by Ron Hunter and Joey Stiers. Then it's going to be Jose Luis Rivera. All these other drivers in the back did not qualify. They include drivers like Joey Doucette, Cody Knott, James Morris, Scott Griffin, and that's the 34 truck field. Again, TJ Moore is the race director. I think Brandon Bullock is a scratch. You got Tyler Daniels in that mix as well as these drivers get into place and prepare to go for racing. This event is, of course, a special race, meaning on the road course, William Tiller, there will be no cautions except on lap number 35 at the end of stage number 2. 3 stages. Lap 15 is stage 1. However, we'll do like NASCAR. We'll go straight on to the continuation of the race. Stage points will be awarded. Then we'll have the caution on lap 35. And William, as you said, buddy, to lap 55, we'll see the run to the checker flag. And I got a feeling we will see that exact distance tonight. I don't think we'll be seeing overtime any.
No, I don't think so, Wesley. And what I'm excited for is the first 15 laps, actually the first corner here tonight at the Roval. I've put away our nice scoring computer that shows us all those graphics. Right now, it all comes down to this first corner. Wesley, let's kick it off here tonight at the Roval.
Yeah, man, I really love the new updates that SDK and Live Timing have done to give us a more exciting idea of things here as they work their way through the starter zone out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air off of turn 4. That's actually turn number 12 here at the Roval. And the green flag is out. They're going to sit it into that sharp turn that they call the Tom's Heartburn turn, and we got trouble. Turned into the pack.
That's the 28.
Oh, no.
Big contact as well. There's the 42 right there. Robbie Richards, Raul Meza. This
Barnett.
is what I was calling there, Wesley, that first corner.
The 48's involved, but remember, there is absolutely no serve pro caution.
Brandon Broadfoot there in the 22. And I believe that was Osborne there in the 28. I'm used to seeing him there in the 42. The caution is out. Caution is out. Race control did tell me, Wesley, if there was a major blockage on the racetrack, they would throw a caution. So there's our first Serve Pro caution of the night there. And you see why, Wesley. That 28 machine is not moving.
Yeah, it's probably in the best interest of probably throwing a yellow flag and letting these guys reset. Look at this Serve Pro caution in the instant replay. Fire and water. Cleanup and restoration. Let's watch the replay. This is where it all went awry here. This was already after we had saw Osborne turned into the fence. The 69 and the 22, they get together. They make contact. That's Zach Hartwick and Brandon Broadfoot. Yeah, I got to wonder here. They're probably going to let the caution lap count. We're not going to restart this race over again, I don't think, William Tiller.
And you see how just all the trucks involved. What a wonderful shot here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. You see the 5 machine come out of there. Okay, the 21 as well. Just a crazy pileup. And that's that first corner here at the Charlotte Roval. It just, everybody bottlenecks. It's very, very difficult to get out of that first set of corners.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the replay here again as, oh my. We're on board now off of that sharp turn, right off of that angle, man. That was really, really crazy and chaotic the way that just went down.
Oh, yeah, as we check out, I believe we're riding on board here down the front stretch. See right here, Wesley, taking a look at this replay here. Already under our first caution here if you're joining the broadcast late here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. I told the viewers at home there would be no cautions here tonight, but that was just so severe there on their first caution, first corner, Wesley, that everything, that race control was like, okay, first caution.
This was probably in the best interest to go ahead and call a caution, if you will, especially after what just happened. We're looking on the replay again of the accident. It's again presented by Serve Pro. All these drivers, and look at this. I mean, in real life, they call this the Tums heartburn turn, okay? And for sure, we just saw why. It's a headache over there watching them negotiate into that sharp turn 1 to 2 off the entrance going into the infield of the pits. And you see the end result of what just took place. And now we're going to have to reset them and try again here.
Yeah, once again, you're going to check out this Serve Pro caution here. We're taking a look at that 34 machine of Tyler Dittmer there. In last week's race, unfortunately, I missed it there. I missed going to see Toto and Dorothy over in Kansas. Nathan Mallor won that race. Wesley, for the folks at home that also may have missed that race with me, what are some of the things that stood out for that 971 getting in victory lane?
So, I'll be honest with you. By the way, thanks to Jacob Reeves and for Daniel Paulus joining us on the broadcast to fill in for you last week. We had to have 2 different announcers to fill in for your absence, for one, because I mean you're always great. And but I will tell you that I did not expect Nate Maurer to win that race. It was a strategy where he came out of nowhere in that final stage, and there was that late race caution, if you will, and I think that put him and catapulted him in the opportunity to win the race. But props to Nate Maurer, the 971, picking up the win, and now we'll see how things go here tonight as we are under the yellow flag at Charlotte at the Roval. We're still under caution. And, well, Blake Lothian's led the opening laps, but they've been under yellow.
They have been. I don't even think we got 1 lap in the books there, Wesley. I think we're in that first corner. And as we're under caution here, lights are still on of the pace truck there. See if we can't get one of those drivers to possibly join us up here in the booth. Let's see if we can be joined by last week's winner, Nathan Maurer, up here in the booth in that 971 machine. Let's hear about his strategy. You know, starting off 5th here tonight, didn't move too far. Now joined by Nathan Maurer here in the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. You got us on the radio there, Nathan?
Yeah, I got you. How you boys doing tonight?
Good, man.
Well.
A pretty slow start already under caution coming off last week's win at Kansas. You're 5th right now on the racetrack. How do you expect to get the job done here tonight?
We've got to keep Steve Barnett out behind us here tonight so he don't come out of the sandbox anywhere and get us. But, yeah, you know, everyone's always worried about all week. Everyone's talking about who's running the fastest lap. It ain't about the fastest lap at these road courses. It's about being consistent. Let's see what happens here. I mean, I feel like we can finish top 5 here if we keep it clean. So, see what happens.
I got to say, I probably follow the same sentiments you said, man. This is a long race, so definitely you got to play your cards right. And obviously, you got to race differently road course racing than on a oval track, isn't it, Nate?
Oh, yeah, big time different. Got a race totally different. Yeah, it sucks that my boy Adam Newbert ain't up here. I mean, I always say road courses are for the good drivers. I don't know why he's not even in the top. Oh, he's there in 9th because he all wrecked. So hopefully he's up here. I want to get a good battle here in Newbert. There's nobody else funner to race against on the track than Newbert. So hopefully he get up here.
He's only a couple of spots behind you. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, fella.
Yeah, I love racing Newbert. So hopefully he can get up here. I go back there with him. It's going to be good though. This race will be good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed having Adam Newbert and being able to meet some of the Nazareth brethren in person this past weekend in Georgia, and working with and letting him have the opportunity to go up in the press box and not just in the iRacing world, William Tiller and Nate Maurer, but just actually experience what it's like to call the real race and be in the booth and see the atmosphere and just see how the flow of everything goes. And I thought he did a really good job. Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
But Nathan, before we let you go, my man, in that 971 machine, how do you expect to work as a team here tonight to get that job done before we go green?
I don't know. I mean, I know my teammate Carey's in front of me. He already said if I'm faster, he's just gonna let me go. But I mean, I just let anybody go that wants to go in front of me here, wants to burn up their tires. I let Ed Osborne go there. It sucks to see him. You know, I know he's pretty good at road courses. I even told him to go ahead there going into 1, and guess he just got a little happy on the throttle and spun it around, and luckily I cleared him and chaos after that. But just got to keep this thing clean here to the end.
There we go. Well, we appreciate you taking the time with us here, my man. And I guess we'll talk to you at that caution break if you're still maybe in the lead there, possibly at that stage break.
Yeah, top 10's all I'm asking for here tonight. So we just got to keep her there.
There we go. Sounds good to me. Alrighty, Nate, we'll let you get back to it, my man. Good luck the rest of the way.
Have a good night, guys.
Yes, sir.
You gotta hear the consensus of a driver like Nate Maurer or others, William Tiller, and it's this: they just want to finish in the road courses. They're not really big fans of road course racing.
Oh, yeah.
You just want to finish. Lights are off on the pace truck. That's going to wrap up a Surf Pro caution. It's been brought to you by Surf Pro. Fire and water cleanup and restoration. Again, that is Surf Pro here at Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Roval. We get ready to go back to the green flag in the next couple of corners once they work their way back off of the bus stop, or the chicane, if you will, working onto the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4, and we'll get ready to get this thing back going again. And maybe, just maybe, we don't have crazy calamity and another unexpected Surf Pro caution as Blake Lothian is going to bring them back to the green flag here now.
We'll watch here as I come off forward to the drop of the green flag. Watch that first corner again, Wesley. That's Calamity Corner here at the Charlotte Roval. Let's watch as Blake Lothian takes this green flag into 1.
Yeah, we're watching from the flag stand view as the field comes into turn number 3 and 4 now, or come off of turn number 3 and 4 now. Working into the bank, and I actually kind of really like this view of the racetrack, so we'll get ready to turn them back. Did we lose the drivers? Oh, there they are. All right, so my apologies. I literally thought they were coming into turn number 3 of the racetrack, and I think they're actually entering the banking of turn number 1 and 2. So they got a little bit ways to go before they get back to the start-finish line here, William Tiller.
Yeah, definitely still under that Surf Pro caution here. We're going to watch here as they come through the chicane corner. And a lot of road course racing this weekend across motorsports, Wesley. Of course, we had Le Mans this weekend. And then we had Sonoma this weekend. All sorts of stuff. But here we go, Wesley. Let's kick it off once again.
All right, we'll try this again. It's, by the way, single file instead of 2x2x2 like Noah leading the virtual animals to the arc. And we're ready to bring the field to the green flag. We're back underway here. Lothian and Dittmer on the front row, single file. They'll work their way into the massive cloud cover, hovering over the Roval into turn number 1 and 2, out of the Tums Heartburn turn, and they're okay. We control ourselves this time with no calamity, and it's Blake Lothian on the jump as the leader as they work their way into the inner loop of the racetrack here in the carousel at the Roval at Charlotte, William.
Yeah, moving and grooving through Charlotte right now. Blake Lothian still leading the way. Everybody's minding their P's and Q's to start off this race so far. No elbows being thrown, Wesley. Everybody's just trying to get around this track. Very clean so far, though. Blake Lothian loves that on the top of the grid as we hit the high banks of Charlotte.
Yeah, very proud of these guys right now and the work that they're doing after just a couple little problems there. Hey, shout out to my buddy truck driver Michael McKinnon. He's coming off of a win on the series, on the Friday night series a couple of weeks ago. And obviously Michael McKinnon, no stranger to getting into the broadcast booth as well. And I'll tell you what, William, right now we're going to watch them at speed for the first time tonight, working off the Roval at Charlotte, off of that third and fourth turn into that Toyota zone, now to the chicane, off the bus stop, back to the line at full speed. You finally have a lap at full song, and it's going to be Blake Lothian from the pole leading.
One complete lap clean in the books right now. We have a battle for the lead that's brewing up right now between Tyler Dittmer and Blake Lothian. That's probably about the closest battle we have on the racetrack so far, that 43 and the 34 right at the top of the grid. They're separating from third right there, almost about 50 seconds, almost about 75 tenths of a second separate those two right there. But look at that battle right there. Kerry Tribute trying to hold off a feisty competitor as we go around this race course.
You got to love the Roval at Charlotte Motor Speedway, no doubt. It is exciting. It is fun. Watching these drivers work their way around the 13, 14 turns that make it up here. And all the while, in the early going, we're looking and seeing a performance by Lothian leading. Blake Lothian, Tyler Dittmer, that is Ford and Toyota. Chevrolet, Kerry Tribute in the top four. And our friend of Canada is in fourth. Right now, we're watching now this battle with Sean Hamilton and Kerry Tribute going at it in the bus stop as they work their way off of the chicane going to turn 3.
Whoa, watch out right there as the 89's right on the back bumper of Kerry Tribute right there. 89's trying to advance position. That's Sean Hamilton right there in the 89 machine trying to get through Kerry Tribute. But see, the problem about a road course, Wesley, you're going to run out of space quick as we now jump up to the top of the grid. These two, I feel like, are going to be the top dogs of the race here tonight. Tyler Ditmer's trying to show his road course skills as a former broadcaster here at the NASCAR 360 Racing Network.
No doubt about it. 17 turns. I think I said it was 14. It is 17 turns here at the Roval at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And right now, looking at how these drivers are negotiating it, you see them working their way back into that turn number 1 and 2 area, working their way into the inner loop. That is going to be kind of like a little small part of the carousel now off the inner loop. Watching them clearing through here. Normally, that's massive RV parking during campers on Coca-Cola 600 weekend. Now you see them working their way into turns number 5, 6, and 7. Just is on board with James Morris, the 47. He's fighting the truck. He's got one spinning in front of him. Whoa. 42, Barnett. He bounces off the wall of the safer barrier because of that. And here comes Meza to reel him in, and Joey Doucette as they work their way up to turn number 8 and 9 to 10. This is on the banking at Charlotte in turn number 3 and turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, just like pod racing in Star Wars, in tonight's race, you take damage, you're pretty much out of the race. No fast repairs, of course, Wesley, here in Nazareth, but it's going to be even more difficult if you take on any damage to your truck here today as the 47 goes off-road racing there. Try to take a little rally cross detour across the track, but that damage, though, that's going to be an anchor that's going to wear you down all night long.
17 turns here at this virtual America's Home for Racing. One of my favorite road courses. Whenever I was told that we were going to Daytona, I was like, oh, Daytona road course. Oh, Hamilton. Oh, hold on there, brother. He's going around. But I like the Roval because it is a road course and a round track. And it always provides exciting action here at the 17-turn Roval here. And right now we're seeing Blake Lothian continue to be the man to run away with it right now in the early going. But still, there is a lot of racing left to go, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of racing indeed. And folks, if you're joining the broadcast late here tonight, there will be no stage break at lap 15. We'll just keep it moving, keep it grooving through that lap 15. Then at lap 35, that's when we'll have our second official caution on the racetrack, Wesley, because, of course, that first caution flew on the very first corner of the race. So a lot to look forward to here in this race, and it's still tight at the top. I expected Blake Lothian to separate, but Tyler Dittmer's doing a great job of keeping in that draft.
A very unique racetrack here at the Roval as, again, now we see problems on the number 1 working his way out of the chicane in the back straightaway. All this going on now as this racing action continues here. By the way, if you're unfamiliar with the layout of the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval Road Course, here's a little bit of a refresher. 17 turns, which includes 4 traditional oval turns, 8 turns on the infield road course portion, and 5 chicane turns that break up the oval. There you see, thank you, Adam Flieger, showing you a little graphics of the map. As you see the leader, it's Blake Lothian continuing to run away with it here in the Team Watson Racing 130 here tonight at the Roval. And again, picking them up and putting them down. Remember, still a long way to go, though, William. Only on lap number 8 of the race, though.
Yeah, 8 laps into this race here tonight in week number 4 of the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. And Wesley, I gotta say, road courses are like a mirage. You look at them, they seem fun, they seem like you can do it. You've done it in a video game before, you've played Gran Turismo, you've played games like that where you've done a little road course racing. Then you try it in iRacing. I can attest to this, Wesley. It's a whole different ball game from hitting a super speedway or a short track. These road course races in stock cars or even trucks, very, very difficult as compared to an open wheel race car, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And then, of course, when you go from a flat track here around the racetrack at the Roval, and then you climb the 24 degrees of banking around Charlotte Motor Speedway in both parts of the spectrum of this facility, it makes it very, very ill-handling for sure. Look at that nice save, the number 11 D&H Electric Machine trying to hold his own, if you will, working his way around the racetrack. That's the Toyota of Derek Kilgore. Now we're watching now Adam Newbert, and by the way, you heard you heard a little bit of the trash talking, if you will, with our buddy that won last week, saying he wanted Adam Newbert to get into this battle. Well, I'll tell you this much. Nate Maurer nowhere in sight, William Tiller. Adam Newbert has cracked the top 10. He's in 7th spot.
Yeah, Adam Newbert, of course, the money man, as we like to call him here at Nazareth, went on that streak a few months ago where he cashed in and won a championship. So right on board with that 971 now of Nathan Maurer. A lot of confidence when we talked to him. He was inside the top 5. His road course can chew you up and spit you out. It's doing that to the field right now. He's in 34th position, not doing so hot. But, of course, Wesley, I think a lot of these drivers right now, only 11 laps in, are looking forward to that reset at lap 35.
Yeah, remember, stage number 1 will go to lap 15. There will be no caution.
Oh, no.
There will be stage points that will be awarded from 10th to 1st or 1st to 10th, 10 points the most. But they will continue racing. Then we'll go to lap number 35. That's the end of stage number 2. And there will be a caution that will be scheduled. There, by the way, was 1 yellow flag already called when we had a calamity on the start of the race going into that first turn. Right now, everybody calm, cool, collective after that single file restart here at the Roval. We're 10 laps in. Blake Lothian is the leader. Tyler Dittmer is 2nd. Kerry Tribune is 3rd. Adam Newton 4th. Sean Hamilton, the top 5. Derek Kilgore, followed by Adam Newbert, Adam Cantwell, Jacob Klinkhart, Joey Doucette. William is the top 10. And we got some more great racing going on back into the middle of the road course inside the inner loop, as now Adam Cantwell trying to slice and dice through Klinkhart, Doucette, and others.
Yeah, huge battle right there on the racetrack. Let's look at some of those names outside of the top 10. We look at Lance Miller in the 11th position right now, down 4 spots from the drop of the green flag. Also look at Justin White, though, in that 2 machine. He's up 15 spots from the drop of the green flag. Got to remember, Wesley, he's done it the hard way here tonight, up to 12th on that grid. Brandon Bullock in the 17 truck, he's easily in that 13th position. Raul Meza in that 37. We saw him escape that first caution as well. He's up to 14th on the racetrack. Steve Barnett and Raul Meza actually just flip-flop 14th, 15th. Jason Morales just went around that 37 machine as well. He's up 14 spots. That drops us down to the 17th position of Robbie Richards in that 48 machine. Performing pretty good here tonight at the road course. Joey Steers in that 23 machine. He's got a win this season. Got to remember that as well, Wesley. He's down in the 18th position, around our top 20. Ed Osborne in that 28. We saw him in that early caution. And Donnie Lyons in that 79 rounds out our top 20.
Watching all these drivers work their way around the racetrack right now, you got to just pace yourself, and I think that's exactly what they're doing, working around the Roval. They got a long way to go here in this race. Again, this is a track that will chew you up and spit you out if you are not careful. We saw that happen on the start of this race. Right now, things have kind of calm themselves, if you will. Hopefully no more chaos and mayhem. We can be able to continue along with the race. It is right now. There's that serve pro, number 37, California's Raul Meza. William, he has really showed some prowess and stature the last couple of weeks. Really improved in his racing ability.
Oh, absolutely. And it doesn't matter the type of track we go to. We can go to a high bank, super speedway, short track race. Raul shows up every week in that 37 machine. We almost talk about the bad luck he runs into every week. But Raul Meza, he just keeps chugging. Getting some performances here the last couple weeks as we check out another truck on the track here. That is the 29 machine ripping it around here in that Realtree paint scheme, Wesley.
Yeah, that's awesome watching all of this transpire as, again, we see some exciting racing taking place. And by the way, a couple more laps remaining here in stage one. Blake Lothian is just running away with it, if you will, William Tiller. He has just lapped Nate Maurer, Kansas winner again. What a difference a week makes. Nate Maurer, winner last week, now a lap down or more to Blake Lothian.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so crazy what a road course can do. Usually, these admins love to throw these road courses in towards the end of the season, really throws a wrench in some of those point standings. But right now, this is only week number 4. It gives an opportunity for a driver possibly like Blake Lothian, who's not a full-time member of the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series, and for good reason. Wesley, I'll let you allude to that in a second here. But Blake Lothian, he always seems to dip in for a minute, gets his wins, and then dips out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Blake Lothian is one of those full-time race car competitors. Of course, he competes on the Solid Rock Carriers Cars Tour and the Pro Late Model Division. Of course, they're coming off of a race at Dillon Motor Speedway, one of the tracks that I announced at. I wasn't at Dillon this past weekend because the Cars Tour have their own broadcast crew. My good friends Blake McCandless and, of course, James Pike and Eric Brennan. But with that being said, Tristan McKee, young 12-year-old Tristan McKee won the Cars Tour event at Dillon this past weekend. But Blake Lothian is one of those guys, as we're looking at Adam Cantwell and other drivers working around the racetrack. Blake Lothian, one of those guys that is a committed full-time race car driver. And sometimes with the schedule, William, he can't be at every race. So win the race, stay in the point standings. That gives you an opportunity to make a run for the championship in the playoffs.
Absolutely, and I believe this is our last lap here in stage number 1. We got 2 to go, I believe, though, in stage number 1 here. Again, no caution flags going to wave at stage 15. Race control, everything will calculate stage points there at the end of the stage. We're just going to keep it moving, keep it grooving to lap 35 when that yellow flag flies again. But right now, it's been the Blake Lothian show here tonight at the road course. Good to see some, maybe one of those road course ringers, as folks like to say.
That's right. One of the road course ringers doing really, really well here at the Roval, no doubt, and everything going perfectly for the driver of Blake Lothian. There you see the 34. Watching him work around the racetrack, there's Tyler Dittmer, the the Virginia driver. York, Virginia's Tyler Dittmer. Gore, Virginia. We got trouble right in front of Dittmer, right in front of the leader. Brandon Broadfoot goes around right before they climb into the bus stop area. And what a save there for Lothian and Dittmer to have missed Brandon Broadfoot, the Chico, California driver. And we do not, Adam, great work there showing it. We do not, though, William, go under a serve pro caution. And again, we are closing in on the end of stage number 1.
Yeah, and I think Brandon can get that truck started once again. I think he's just waiting for this pack to go by. He'll get that truck rocking and rolling. I believe that's why we haven't had a caution on the racetrack just yet. And he's pretty far off the track as well. I think we're pretty much under F1 rules here tonight, Wesley. If it's not impeding the race, we just keep the race on moving.
I like that. I like that very much. Tough break, though, for Brandon Broadfoot. He has not got back rolling yet, and finally, here he goes. And look at how much ground he lost. And now he slams his truck into the guard barrier there, in the Armco barrier there in the infield. And again, what a tough break here is right now. Coming back to the line is going to be Blake Lothian. Fastest truck of the race so far. 123.215 seconds is Blake Lothian. Tyler Dittmer is in second spot. Kerry Tribune, Adam Newton, Sean Hamilton, Derek Kilgore, Adam Cantwell, Jacob Klinkhart, Justin White, and Brandon Bullock are the 10 drivers in stage number 1. However, we are still under the green flag, and stage number 2 back underway here now with Blake Lothian still up in front.
Yeah, very clean stage so far, except for that very first lap caution. Here's Blake Lothian still takes us around the corner. We'll take a look at Adam Newton there in the 82 machine, doing pretty good here tonight as well. He's in the 4th position. We have Hamilton, who spun out here tonight in the 89. He's in the 5th position. Everybody's pretty clean, just a few spin outs here so far. As you see the 89 machine go to the inside of the 79 of Donnie Lyons right there. He's going to get around that pretty clear. That's Hamilton up another position. There's Derek Kilgore in the 11 as well. These drivers here tonight, I wouldn't say the biggest fans of road course racing, Wesley, but they were up for the challenge, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Chicanes, bus stop, carousels, and more. These drivers are fighting and clawing at it, as we see now. Georgia's Adam Newbert, the champion of last year, the D&H electric machine for swim, working his way through the bus stop, climbing up out of the chicane back to turn number 3, which is actually turn number 13 and 14, around this 17 turn that is Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval. Again, the Roval tonight. And what a great race they're putting on. Again, I'm Wesley Outland. William Tiller is alongside. Adam Fleeger is working on the broadcast, as always, as our producer, director, on behalf of Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott, everybody at Nazareth, TJ Moore, the race director. It is the next round of the Nazareth Sim Racer Hub Truck Series, the Team Watson Racing 130. And I'll tell you what, besides the big one on the start in that Tom's Heartburn Turn 1 that took out many drivers or put them on the Elling moment of having bad damage to try to make it to the finish limping, William Tiller, this has been a clean, fairly race since they got that going.
Yeah, absolutely. And Blake Lothian has just led the way in that 43 machine. Once you got in that clean air, I spoke about how the 34 of Tyler Dittmer was right there, stayed in that draft as we have a slow truck right there on the front stretch here. Blake is going to make easy work of that as he goes down into corner number 1. Has had no real competition up there, Wesley, except for this reset of the races. We check out the 22 machine of Brandon Broadfoot there. I suppose he's going to be a few laps down after spinning there. There's the 34 of Tyler Dittmer I just spoke about, and he's really the only competition for Blake at the top of the grid. But remember, Wesley, we spoke about it. There's going to be a reset of the field at lap 35. So
that's right.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it going until then, about 20 laps from now.
All of this going on again here at the Roval, and great racing taking place. It's still Blake Lothian, the leader. Tyler Dittmer in second. Look at Newbert working his way off the corner. Little wiggle there for Cantwell. He'll save his truck as they work their way back into that Tom's Heartburn Turn number 1. We are going to step aside. Let's take a quick break. We're back in a moment. If anything happens, we will break in, but we will be back here with you. We're on lap number 18 of 55. Still a long way to go here at Charlotte and the Roval. We're back in a moment on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Back here at the Roval at Charlotte after timeout, and you haven't missed a thing. Right now it's sheer domination by Blake Lothian. Tyler Dittmer in that second spot. Kerry Tribune, Adam Newton, as well as Sean Hamilton, your top 5. I'm Wesley Outland. William Tiller, feeling better, back alongside. Adam Fliger on the broadcast production, and it's the, again, Team Watson Racing 130 here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. You know, gotta be thinking here, though, William, any moment now, green flag pit stops will be happening on pit road for these teams.
Yeah, and it's a tough pit stop here tonight. It's, my goodness, tight squeeze right there. He won't. Oh my goodness, Derek Kilgore right there in the 11. We just went 3 wide through a chicane here at the Roval, Wesley. But here tonight, the driver is going to have to really think about those pit stops because these drivers only have 3 sets of tires to have to work with. So kind of strategize on when to use those sets, when in the race, because you're going to slip and slide around the Roval. That's a given. Just how much do you want to slip and slide is the question.
Crazy 3-wide racing just a moment ago between the battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Actually, 6th, 7th, and 8th with Joey Doucette, Adam Cantwell, Derek Kilgore. Luckily, Adam Newbert was able to scamper away from all that chaos and mayhem, and Derek Kilgore came out, or actually, correction, Joey Doucette came out smiling on the other side, but not for long. Hold on a minute, Derek Kilgore. He about to spin out on his own.
We take it. It looks like we are seeing some trucks heading down pit road. Looks like Tim Hammond headed down there in the 69 machine. Gonna check out a few of that. But we have right now still Blake Lothian leading the way. We're starting to see some dominoes fall here with about 14 laps to go on the stage, Wesley. Do you think some drivers will push it into that reset?
So I'll tell you what, there's Tyler Dittmer, the Gore, Virginia driver. Gore, this is the Gore. And one of our former broadcast partners, he actually used to be the play-by-play man for the Monday Night Series for NASRA. William stepped out of the booth to get a passion for driving, and I will say this much. On any given Monday night, we have seen just how damn good Tyler Dittmer is. He is always in the running to try to win one of these races. Right now, he's in that number 2 spot.
Yeah, absolutely, Wesley. And to basically answer my own question, that this would be one of those drivers that would push the issue, that gambles, but in a smart way, Wesley. In the weeks that we've seen Tyler on the track here, we can tell why he left the broadcasting booth, why he was itching to get behind the wheel of one of these trucks. He's good at it, Wesley. He's had a couple top 5 finishes, a couple podiums as well, been very close to cracking into victory lane as well behind the wheel of this 34 machine. He's on fire here tonight as well. Top 3, a podium finish here halfway through this race.
Beautiful looking machine, the pink and white Toyota number 34. There is flip-flopping your numbers. Got Old Glory proudly on the tailgate of that, again, number 43 machine. And that is the driver in the Texas Law Book, number 43 Ford out of Wellesley, Mass. It is Blake Lothian leading the way. There's the defending series champion, Adam Newbert, in his own world right now. Just kind of riding and driving, simply in the top 10. He's in 6th, and listen, you know you're going to have to pit. There's going to be green flag pit stops. You know there's going to be a caution here within the next 15 laps, less than 15 laps. I just think everybody's kind of riding here right now, if you will.
Yeah, they're just chilling. They're just chillaxing, as the kids say nowadays. That could be.
I like chillaxing. I use that word myself.
That could be old now too, Wesley. I have no idea right now. I'm not trying to cap or anything, as I guess the younger kids say right now. But the 89 machine is having a good race, and that's absolutely no cap here tonight.
Well, I mean, I'm 40, and I say the word chillaxing. So, exactly. I mean, you know, I mean, hey, I'm young again. I'm young and hard, as they say, right?
Yes, sir, absolutely. It's right now. He is trying to get past the 82 of Adam Newton right here through this chicane. This is a battle for the 4th position right inside that top 5. Hamilton, after that spin, good recovery to stay inside the top 10. We've seen other drivers really fade in the race after a small mistake. Not Sean, though. He's trying to keep his name in contention to win this race.
Blake Lothian still the man leading the way. Tyler Dittmer in second. Look at this battle going on now. For fourth and fifth, Adam Newton and Sean A. Hamilton from Canada battling for position. This is for fourth and fifth. Back to Tom's Heartburn, turn one.
And you see it right there. He's right on the back bumper of Adam Newton. He is hunting down his prey right there like the crocodile hunter looking at a nice alligator on the Discovery Channel. He is trying to get around him right now. A lot of laps to do it, though. Don't want to press the issue too early here, Wesley. Don't want to spin the 89 again. He has a fast truck. Just want to make sure to keep it clean here as we creep up towards that reset.
It's about 23 seconds, that battle between fourth and fifth to the leader of Blake Lothian on the racetrack right now. Blake Lothian of the 43 Ford out of Wellesley, Mass, leading the way, 1:23.215 seconds. Now, that's the best lap speed. Now, his fall off in the last 5 laps has been 127.604. 128.800. Again, obviously, tires are going away on that number 43, as well as all these other drivers. Oh no, Derek Kilgore in the grass, going a little recreational driving, as I call it.
Little off-road racing here, turning the Charlotte Roval into a rallycross racing here. Just saw that news as well that we had an IndyCar driver move over to rallycross today. A lot of movement in motorsports, a big weekend in motorsports here, Wesley. Seems like we have a lot of those. NASCAR is off next week, though, as right now you can always get your high racing truck fix here at NASCAR, as we always have our Monday night and Friday night series. Our Friday night series creeping up towards that championship race as well, Wesley. We're going to cut it down to 6 next week.
Yeah, the season's coming down to an end. What is there? There's what 2 weeks left, I think, in the season.
Two races. We got Talladega, and I believe it's Charlotte ends the entire season.
Oh wow, yeah. Who's in the hunt, if you will, to make a run for the championship? Will you?
I believe, jump over to that, look at my stats. We did have an automatic winner last week qualify into the next round, and that, so we're looking at the likes of Adam Newbert right there, Keith Bradley, Joey Doucette, Stephen Thomas, Chris Cinnamon, and Jose Luis Rivera are currently our top 6.
Yeah, tonight is only round number 4 of week racing, week 7 of the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series presented by NASRA, but race number 4 of the regular point season tonight at the Roval. Next week, we're going short track racing at Richmond. I like Richmond. I already like that 3/4 mile racetrack. Michigan, Talladega, all on the way. That's going to be a nice race to celebrate for July 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, by the way, you might need to get somebody for me on July 3rd because I actually have real race announcing obligations on July 3rd. I wish that maybe they would just take a week off on the 4th of July holiday.
Yeah, and how we can tie that in from the Friday night series into this Monday night series is last week's winner was Devin Painter. Before that was Chris Cinnamon. You look at this Monday night series, it's the same pattern. We have Nathan Maurer. We had a rookie win the week before, Robbie Richards, Noah Willis, and then we had Tyler Daniels kick things off here to start the season at the qualifier. So it's great to see NASRA growing and a lot of different names now picking up victories.
20 drivers will make it into the Race for Championship in Season 2 for the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series presented by NASRA. Here tonight is round number 4 at Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval. The Team Watson Racing 130. The leader coming to the line, Blake Lothian, 10 to go in Stage 2, and the caution will be falling soon.
Caution will be flying at lap 35. Got just about 11 laps to go here at the Roval in stage number 2. Hasn't been any change at the top of the grid. It has been Blake Lothian hitting these corners nice and crispy, like a nice Roscoe's chicken there. As you see Adam Newton's down pit road there in that 82 machine. And you start to see these dominoes start to fall.
Oh, yeah.
We're very close to the end of the stage, Wesley. This is going to be where those stage points are really earned.
I figured roughly between 25 and 30 laps would be the pit count when the pit window would open, and then there'll be a plethora of activity on the pit lane. I don't think it's going to be a massive flurry of activity of everybody coming onto the pit lane at the same time in unison, unless they're teammates and they're on strategy. Adam Newton and Joey Doucette into the pit lane, but right now we await to see what Blake Lothian's going to do as he battles another lap truck in front of him, the number 1. Around that chicane bus stop into the backstretch onto turn number 3 now, as again Willin and Dylan behind, getting around Jacob Klinkhart. He's trying to pass Klinkhart right now. Lothian working his way out of 3 and 4, and no sign yet of coming to the pit lane. And nobody's pitted yet except for guys like Newton and others. And I wonder if you will say this in strategy, road course-wise, William, they're going for the undercut.
I think they are here. They know that the reset's going to occur at lap 35. They can squeeze out as many stage points as possible. Of course, you got those stage points at the end of stage 1. There's no break in the action there, so it gives you an opportunity here when that caution flag is just around the corner to push the envelope a little bit, squeeze what's left out of that truck here in this run, and then get that thing geared back up to that late run all the way to the end.
I would be hard-pressed to say, no doubt right now, watching what we're seeing Blake Lothian do a phenomenal job. Look at him willing and Dylan through lap traffic. He's getting around Brandon Broadfoot. Broadfoot had problems earlier in the race around lap number 15, and he is just cleared by. Lothian did the Broadfoot entry, and some other drivers as they're working their way around the speedway. Tyler Dittmer in that number 2 spot. Here comes Adam Newbert, the champion, on pit lane. He's now going to put the Chevrolet swim machine to the pit stop on the 6th position. He'll have service down, and I got a feeling right before the end of the break, we're going to see more come to the pits. And the question is, William Tiller, who is being bold and rolling the dice strategy-wise to try to go the 35 laps on a 1-run stop?
We're checking it out right now. Blake Lothian's actually getting faster on the racetrack right now, not slower. Tyler Dittmer's still out there. Kerry Chabu's still out there as well. Adam Newton's right there as well, but he's way back on the racetrack, so it's only really about 3 trucks left out there. They're really still in contention, and we'll wait to see when they head down pit road before that reset, because right now this race is very fanned out, Wesley.
Yeah, we'll watch all this going on. Is look at now. Broadfoot getting bonsai'd by Doucette in the back, behind the leader in the middle of the inner loop, working through the inside of the road course at the Roval. Don't take out that Spectrum Mobile sign. You're going to knock out my internet. Broadfoot now off the pace. That's the 2nd time that he's been slung like a virtual rag doll, and he falls all the way back to 22nd. Here's the thing, though, William. He's still on the lead lap. I can't believe it.
Absolutely right there. And it just shows you, Wesley, how crazy this race has been here tonight. Drivers can have incidences. I look at Sean Hamilton there in the 89. He spun out on the racetrack. Somehow he's still inside the top 5. So as long as you can get that truck keep going forward, you can still get a good finish out of tonight's race.
Lothian, Dittmer, Chabu, Newton, Hamilton, top 5. White, Bullock, Kilgore, Stiers, and Richards now the top 10. Some drivers are pitting, others that have not pitted, including Lothian, Dittmer, Chabu. They've not pitted yet. Neither has White or Bullock or Kilgore. We've also not seen Morales or Barnett and Meza along with Lyons pit. No one else, everyone else is pitted except for those drivers. Again, those are your drivers that I mentioned. Is look at Blake Lothian working through massive lap traffic. Morales and others he's trying to clear around as they work their way in to the inner loop of the racetrack, again trying to head back onto the bank into 1 and 2 here at Charlotte.
Yeah, we're going to ride on board with that 43 machine right now. He's working through these corners. You can see that truck sliding. That's the excellent shot right there from our producer, Adam Flieger. You can see he's fighting that truck. Oh, big slide right there. He is just trying to make it these next 6 laps, Wesley, because right now he is slip sliding on ice. A little hockey reference there. Hopefully the Florida Panthers can win and tomorrow night, keep it a series. But right now, Blake Lothian is just trying to figure skate the next 6 laps to get those fresh Goodyear Eagles on that truck.
Speaking of the run for Lord Stanley Cup, what is it going on right now between him and the Vegas Knights? What is the record? Is it 3-2?
It's 3-1. Yes, sir.
well. maybe the Panthers used up all their steam, shutting out the Hurricanes. So
It could be. Wesley is right now. We're still riding on board with 26 laps to go. It has been Blake Lothian leading, I'd say, Wesley, virtually every lap so far.
I know that, the Denver Nuggets have a chance to lock up their first NBA title over the Miami Heat tonight. Is a possibility in NBA. So Game 5, I think they're sweeping the series, or at least they're 3-1 in their series. So, yeah, sports coming to an end like hockey and like, of course, basketball. They'll come back in the winter. We rock and roll with iRacing. I love this camera view, the drone view. Look at it swing around and catch the action. Loving it. And Lothian is still the man leading the way. You see Newbert, he's pitted already. And there is Lothian right on his back door. This, by the way, William Tiller, is to lap Newbert, who is in 12th on track right now. As we approach, we're looking at 25 to go at the line, and we're also looking about 6 remaining in stage 2.
Absolutely right now here. And Wesley, for these drivers that may be a lap down here on this reset are still on the lead lap, what does this reset do to your confidence? Is it going to give you more momentum, or is it going to be more of a deflator knowing that you're now a lap down and you have to work through the field?
So I really believe that, obviously Adam Newbert is going to try to do all he can do to stay on the lead lap. No doubt about it. He's going to fight in that DSR electric Toyota for Swim Motorsports to the bitter end. He will try to hold off his teammate. But with that being said, as we're seeing him get really tight, loose, and look at others getting loose in front of him, like the 48 of Robert Richards, they're under attack to go a lap down as well. I think they're just trying to hold off to the caution. If they are the first truck a lap down, obviously they get the free pass to go back on the lead lap. And then I think once you go back into that strategy, I say you go back down to the pits. I say that you go and you get it done. Make those 4 tires and fuel to go to the end of this thing. I know that it's a road course. I know some people might say, Wesley, why would you want to pit and take up position? But I'm telling you, I'd get reset. I'd get my mindset redone. I'd get 4 tires, and I'd go out there and I would battle to go to the finish and give it everything you got to battle Blake Lothian for the win. And you got to remember, William Tiller, when we end stage number 2 in less than 5 laps, it will be a restart, and there will be double file when they come back to the green. And that cuts off half the distance in running someone down.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's just going to be a relief to a lot of drivers, including Tyler Detmer right there, Carriage Sean Hamilton in the 89, for a chance to just get an opportunity to get around Blake Lothian there in the 43 machine. I think a lot of these drivers are chomping at the bit for that right now as we're checking out the 7 of Carriage He's going to take on the high banks here. 37 Ralamez is right behind him there in that camera shot, as well as we're creeping up to the end of stage number 2. Looks like, Wesley, a lot of these drivers here are going to gamble here on the stage and wait for that reset.
Yeah, like I said, I think that's exactly what they're doing, waiting for the opportunity to reset here and go. Blake Lothian, the leader from Wellesley, Massachusetts. He is just doing a phenomenal job picking them up and putting them down. Now you have only 11 trucks on the lead lap as Adam Newbert is still. And here's something you got to think about too, William. And I just thought about this. That's his teammate in front of him, Adam Newbert.
Whoa, big checkup from the 4 of Adam Newbert there. If we could jump back to that corner.
He was his teammate in front of him.
Wow. You could see that smoke as we were checking out the 43 of Blake Lothian. That was the 4 of Adam Newbert there that had to slam on the brakes to get around that.
The champion of last year. And as I said, he was his teammate in front of him. I was going to say that. Oh, look out! Clink hard around in turn 17. Coming back to the line. Look at this Hamilton now. But I was going to say, though, is Clinkhart finally able to roll the way? And we got 3 laps to go in stage number 2. I was going to say, though, William, I was thinking maybe merciful was going to be the word for Blake Lothian not trying to lap his teammate of Adam Newbert, but that's all gone by the wayside now, and now there's only 8 trucks in the lead lap.
Yeah, that's right. Now the 43 truck of Blake Lothian's going to make easy work of the 11 of Derek Kilgore there. Blake's just got that thing on rails here tonight at the Roval. We're going to check out the 89 of Sean Hamilton. We're going to see that difference as Blake Lothian just cutting up the track. Hamilton and Kerry Tribute are just now on the front stretch, Wesley. That's how much of a gap it is between the leader, Blake Lothian, and the 4th place position of Sean Hamilton, the 89. And Wesley, if I could, just a little shameless plug to Blake Lothian there. If you haven't followed him on Instagram, I invite you to go do so. He posted just a short clip of him visiting an elementary school over the weekend, and those kids treated him like a hero. They thought he was Superman. It was cool to see an actual driver getting autographs from kids and all that cool stuff, Wesley. So I invite you to check out Blake Lothian, support him in whatever you can, whatever tour he has coming up, and merch is a big thing for all those drivers, Wesley.
Yeah, it's pretty special. And now you see Lothian coming down. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is.
Dittmer.
Yeah, Tyler Dittmer is on the pit lane, not Blake Lothian. My apologies. And listen, Blake Lothian and Tyler Dittmer got a truck that look kind of alike one another.
Exactly right there, and I'd say they're the 2 competitors all night long here. They've been battling out on the racetrack for a minute there. We thought the 34 was going to stay with the 43. The 43 separated there. Tyler hasn't moved from that 2nd position. We're starting to count down the laps here, folks. Once we hit that yellow flag, that will mean the reset of the race, the end of stage number 2. Of course, Blake Lothian gets the stage number 1 victory there. We kept it moving, kept it grooving through that stage here in the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. This is week number 4 of the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series, and we're going to look at another different winner here in this series. Everything stays still here, Wesley.
I will tell you this, make no bones about it. Blake Lothian just absolutely incredible strong in that Ford number 43, and he has not pitted. He has not pitted in the Texas Land Law House entry. Look at him, willing and dealing. There's other drivers of Dittmer. Dittmer come to the pits. He was in 2nd, exited the pits. He's in 2nd, but he's 33 seconds back. That's the interval, William Tiller, that Blake Lothian has on the stranglehold on this field, picking them up and putting them down as we come to 20 laps to go. 20 remaining, and we're closing in on the end of stage number 2, and I think a lot of people are praying for that virtual Surf Pro caution flag to be thrown out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some of these drivers here tonight are starting to get a little more confidence behind the wheel. A few of them are hitting cleaner lap times now, a little bit faster on the racetrack, making quicker work there. Looking at some drivers like Jacob Klinkhart's doing pretty good on the racetrack right now, still running 128s. Brennan Bullock as well. Look at Lance Miller still running pretty good lap times, but Kerry Tribute in that 7 is now down pit road, Wesley.
Now, Kerry Tribute giving up a 3rd spot now onto the pit lane. He'll pit, looks like the only drivers that have not pitted yet. They include the leader, Blake Lothian. They include 7th place driver, number 17, Brandon Bullock. They include 8th place driver, number 2 of Justin White. They include a 14th place driver, number 11, Derek Kilgore. Jason Morales in 16th. Steve Barnett in 17th, Raul Meza in 18th, and Donnie Lyons in 20th. Those are all the drivers that are on track and their position as they have completed the end of stage number 2. William Tiller, the caution flag will now be thrown over the field, and this will finally allow these guys that have not pitted to pit. They're going to have to pit. There's no question about it.
Absolutely. And let's run down that grid for the folks at home before we step aside here on this Serve Pro Caution. Now, of course, we're checking out the 43 truck of Blake Lothian. He's going to be our stage number 2 winner. Tyler Dittmer, of course, going to come in second in that 34. Sean Hamilton, 89, going to be third. Adam Newton in that 82, fourth. Kerry True in that 7, fifth after that pit stop. Lance Milne in 21, sixth. Brandon Bullock in that 17, seventh. Then some big movers, Wesley, towards the end of the top 10. Justin White up 19 spots. Joey Stires up 15 spots, and Robbie Richards in that 48 up 11 spots, and that rounds out our top 10.
2 stages are done. Pit stops are coming up. We will also take a break. Blake Lothian joins us next to recap his first 2 stages. From Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval, this is the Nazareth Sim Racer Hub Truck Series, Team Watson Racing 130. We are back in just a moment. I think we should all take off.
Racing Network just saw the conclusion of stage number 2 there with Blake Lothian winning that stage, making easy work of the competition here, Wesley. I think he's virtually led every lap of the race so far. I could be mistaken as we're under that Serve Pro Caution.
Yeah, once again, I didn't realize we were back from commercial break and our mics were hot. I was actually talking about July 3rd, and maybe we should take off because of the holiday. That was the conversation people abruptly heard again, unexpectedly. Tyler Dittmer, hey, buddy. We wanted to get Lothian, but we'll grab you instead. Pretty good run right now. Obviously, this is the run for the checker flag, though.
Yeah, it is. Blake's been so fast. I don't think I have anything for him. That's why we tried something different on strategy here, get us cycled to the front. But he'll have 2 laps fresher tires and be right on my rear. So I don't think I have anything for him, but it's been a solid run for the 34 Glass Mechanicals Works Graphics Toyota TRD Tundra, and we'll see what this truck has here late on.
A very strategic race, I got to think. Obviously, you guys winged it out as much as you could until you had to pit with a couple of laps at the end of the stage number 2. Obviously, do you feel the energy's going to be amped up now? It's an all-out war to decide the winner here because you ain't got to worry about pitting no more.
Maybe. It's just there's so many laps left, and the laps are so long at this track, you know. And Blake's just a mastermind here today, so it just kind of depends. We'll just run our race and not try and race him super hard and ruin both of our chances for a good finish tonight. But I feel like there's some decent mid-length run speed in this truck. Obviously, lap traffic helped me run him down for a little bit, but then I kind of started falling off again. So we'll just see. I think we're a top 3 truck. I don't think anyone's got anything for Blake.
William Tiller.
Yeah, Tyler, before I let you go, my man, I spoke about how when you left the broadcasting booth, I could almost tell why your runs here lately behind the wheel of that 34 machine have been pretty impressive. What do you think's been the cause of that? Think it's just the practice you've been putting in, or think you were just ready to get behind the wheel of that truck?
A little bit of both, you know. I mean, I've been excited to get back driving a lot, and I love road courses too. So, I mean, I guess tonight's not a big surprise. I'm pretty comfortable behind the wheel of this thing. Even when I make mistakes, I don't feel like I'm in a position where I can really wreck the truck. I still feel like I have enough control. Everyone around me, though, on the other hand, makes me a little nervous sometimes, but there's still some good drivers here, so just kind of depends on how everything plays out here late.
All right. Well, there's the thoughts of the driver out of Gore, Virginia, Tyler Dittmer. And again, after the pit stops, he is in that number 2 position. William Tiller, I think this is going to be the run to the finish, no doubt. Actually, it looks like he's actually the leader right now. Tyler Dittmer is up in front. Blake Lothian obviously coming down to the pit lane. He is only in second. The lights are going to go off on the pace truck here, and we are going to get ready for the resumption of this race on lap number 37. You've got less than 20 laps to go. William, I think we're going to see a crazy finish, and I guess it's going to be single file, though. They're not going to go double file for the green flag restart.
It doesn't look like it there, and I don't blame them there, West, from that pileup we had there in corner number 1 to start off the race. I think single file might be the way to go. But look who's leading this line to the green flag. It is Tyler Dittmer there in the 34.
Tyler Dittmer, Blake Lothian are your 1 and 2 drivers. Sean Hamilton 3rd, Adam Newton 4th, and Lance Miller the top 5. Brandon Bullock, Kerry Tribute, Joey Stiers, Adam Newbert back on the lead lap, as we mentioned earlier. Even after his mishap, he's back in 9th. Joey Doucette in 10th. Adam Cantwell 11th. He is the first truck 1 lap down. This wraps up another Serve Pro caution. Fire and water cleanup and restoration makes things destroyed look brand new. That's Serve Pro. The lights are off for the pace truck. We await. Okay, guys, come on. You got to speed up. What's that quote from the movie Days of Thunder? You got to be at max speed when the green flag drops, because they are way, way behind. I'm telling you, though, William, I think we're going to see some crazy. Any of these guys in the top 10, they got a shot. They're going to do whatever they can to try to win these races. I'm telling you.
Oh, absolutely. You want to lock yourself in. It's a win, and you're in here in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. Only 4 weeks into the season. A win here tonight, Wesley, can take a lot of stress off of your shoulders the rest of the way here. I think that's exactly what Tyler Dittmer is trying to do in that 34 machine. Win at a road course like this here tonight, and you have no worries the rest of the way.
So the field is getting ready to work their way back to the green flag. They're in turn number 3 now, and they will be coming to the start. Tyler Dittmer, Blake Lothian, these drivers 1 and 2. Sean Hamilton had problems earlier in the race, if you remember, but he's put himself in that number 3 spot. Adam Newton, Lance Miller in the top 5. All these drivers ready to make a valiant effort to power to the win, to get around Blake Lothian. Tyler Dittmer, can he hold them off as we're working our way back? Okay, here we go. Green flag is back out. That wraps up a Serve Pro caution, and here we go, back into the corner. Let's see if Tyler Dittmer, William Tiller, can somehow, some way, hold off the advances of Lothian and pull an upset win, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, Blake Lothian is right to the back bumper of Tyler Dittmer there. It's going to be a 2-truck race to the finish there. Oh, we have a 3rd place truck right there in the mix as well. Already start to see some separation from the top 2 trucks here as we get through the last couple of corners here. A right and a left, doing the cha-cha slide here tonight. Little slide to the left, little slide to the right. That's what Blake Lothian is trying to do right now, as he's trying to get around the 34 machine as we're 1 lap under green.
Willen and Dillon down to the inside. Driver right is going to be the machine of Dittmer. He opens the door to the inside. Blake Lothian, have at it, brother. You're faster than me. Swim teammates 1 and 2 here in the bottom of the racetrack to the chicane. And Dittmer not going to back away, though. He's after Lothian again.
Pretty clean chicane out of the 43 truck there. Got it, a little 3-wheel action there. Coming on the high banks, a lot of speed. He's going to exit forward to the start-finish line here like a rocket. He is separating from Tyler Dittmer here in the last bit of that. The Legends course there across the start-finish line into 1. Blake Lothian already back in the penthouse position.
In the penthouse and falling back in the outhouse is Dittmer. even though he's P2. A lot of people say second place, first place loser. But right now, he is doing everything he can strategy-wise to stay in the hunt. He's right now a second back, though, to Lothian. Lothian is gone in the inner loop of the racetrack here at the Roval with now 16 to go.
And I think Blake Lothian picked the hardest part of the racetrack to get around the 34 machine, and knowing the type of run he could get on the high banks there, through that chicane, through the bus stop there. The 43 got around the 34, knowing the 34 couldn't do anything about it in that position on the racetrack. Right now, the 43 and 34 are separating from the rest of the field. Already third place position has now left the camera view of the Nazareth 360 Racing Network.
Blake Lothian fast, and the fastest lap just got turned for the entire race so far on lap number 39, 123.183 seconds. That's 123, 1 minute, 23.183 seconds. He is getting it done here around the Roval. Blake Lothian faster. Tyler Dittmer, there he is in the second spot. That Toyota machine losing ground, but still in sight is the leader, Lothian. But he's losing now a second and a half at the line.
Oh man, big exit there out of the 43 truck. A big tail slide across that start finish line. Looked like Travis Pastrana on a dirt bike. Their little tail whip, their little high bar action out of the 43 truck. Lost a lot of momentum. 34 is going to climb back up into the mixer right. My goodness, as we have a battle on the racetrack right now as well. A lot of battles outside of that top position there, Wesley, as we watch a battle between the Joker and the Money Man take place.
Watching all this going on, 15 laps to go, 40 laps are on the board. The run for the payout window now beginning here. All these drivers trying to get their chess pieces in a row to declare checkmate on the field. Right now, that's exactly what Blake Lothian's doing. Here comes Adam Newbert, by the way. He's battling along with Joey Doucette. This is for 8th and 9th on the racetrack as they work back into corner number 1. Almost, by the way, on the restart, 16 seconds back, 18 seconds back is those drivers on the speedway. Wow.
And although the folks at home, Wesley, would probably be wondering why you showing a battle between the 8th and 9th positions. Well, top 10 get those stage points, if you will. They get those extra points. And Wesley,
right.
We know from calling these series, whether it's the Monday night series or Friday night series, these elimination rounds come down to points. Sometimes 1 or 2 points advance you into the next round. So every position, every little point you can pick up along the way matters every race.
You know what blows me away, though, William Tiller? They just dropped the green flag for stage number 3 just a few moments ago. Adam Newbert and Joey Doucette are battling for 8th and 9th, but they're 46 seconds back to the leader.
Absolutely. It's something about Blake Lothian, that 43 truck. I should have known when I saw him on Instagram today sign autographs with the iRacing simulator in the background. He was going to come into tonight's race ready and raring to go, and that's exactly what he's done here tonight. It's not every day you see a real-life driver that might be used to short track racing, stock car racing, jump into a truck. Not only that, Wesley, but jump into a road course and dominate the way he's dominating here tonight.
Tyler Dittmer, there he is right there. We mentioned him in the number 2 spot, Toyota, number 34. There he is right there. He's actually trying to, I can't believe this, William Tiller. They are literally already caught up to lap traffic, and the field was all bunched together on the restart.
Yeah, as he goes to the inside, Raul Meza there in the 37. Raul Meza is actually now 2 laps down there, Wesley, unfortunately, for the 37 machine. Raul, not the best race he was hoping for here tonight, but you can't really say much there, Wesley. There's only 9 trucks left on the lead lap.
Lothian, Dittmer, Hamilton now in 3rd. The 89, our friend of the North from Canada, looking good. Oh, watch out for that wall there. The Miller High Life machine. That's a, if you will, Bobby Allison throwback.
And again, Wesley, as we're checking out the 21 machine at Lance Miller here, currently in the 4th position. Again, we have 2 rookies inside the top 10 here in week number 4 of the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. Of course, we have the 21 Lance Miller here, who's ran a top 5 race all night long, Wesley. But we also look at Joey Stiers, who's come from behind here tonight. He's down in the 10th position, way away from the leaders, currently on the lead lap. but up 14 spots from the drop of the green flag.
Just absolutely impressed with the drive that this man has had here, no doubt about it. What a performance of like none other for Blake Lothian. And it is in his catbird seat right now to put this one to the win light, if you will. Put this one to bed and take the win and not have to worry about anybody in his path trying to give him any fits. If there's been any competition whatsoever, William Tiller, it's been Tyler Dittmer, and that's now gone by the wayside. 1.85 seconds. But I say this as we are approaching 10 to go. I say this, William Tiller. Is Tyler Dittmer saving his equipment for a last-ditch effort charge to mount an opportunity to beat Lothian on an upset victory?
Yeah, I think that's an excellent question and an excellent view to look at right now. Only 2 seconds off the pace, so it's still technically in the mix with 12 laps to go. But I think the same could also be said about the 43 machine. You know, we see him ran a 122 when this first run started. Now starting to drift into the 123s once again. But still a lot faster than the 34 Tyler Dittmer. He's running 123s, Tyler's running 124s. So it's almost curious to see whether the 43 truck might be saving as well.
Yeah, very true. Very true. By the way, 122.751, best lap of speed set by Blake Lothian. Pit lap on 36 for Lothian. Dittmer pitted on lap 33. That's when we were talking about the possibility of thought we're going for the undercut right now, strategy-wise. He is, again, 2.5 seconds and free-falling back to the leader, Blake Lothian. There he is right there, working his way to the Tums. Heartburn, turn one, but right in his crosshairs. Don't count him out. Tyler Dittmer. Hey, William, I'm not trying to jinx anything here. Lothian could slip. He could make a mistake. He could hit a turtle. He could hit a turtle, the rumble strips here at the Roval. He could lose it going into the corner. Something could happen. I don't want that to happen to him, but it could.
Absolutely. Here he could spin out a phantom spin out. We saw that at the 89. Sean Hamilton, he spun out by himself here. Any little overdrive on a course like this could have just disastrous results. Right now we're checking out the 89 machine as well, sort of filtering through the field here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. If you haven't checked us out on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, we invite you to do so. We have a Monday night series, a Friday night series, even more series percolating in the background as well. We're here tonight in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series Wesley, week number 4, as Lance Miller gets a little sideways there. It's going to open the door for the 82 machine, Adam Newton.
And by the way, you can follow us at Sim Racer Hub on Twitter, at Nazra Racing on Twitter, at Wesley Outland, and at Will Till 93 for William Tiller and myself. While you're checking out all those social media handles there, I like your little setup there, William Tiller. I like it. I need to show you a picture of my production.
It's what to make do for now, I suppose, Wesley. We can always get better here in our broadcasting duties, but right now we're watching a rookie still holding it down there inside the top 5, holding off some Nazareth vets there on the racetrack. 10 laps to go here tonight in the Team Watson Racing 120 here tonight in this race. Wesley has been the 43 machine's show of Blake Lothian. No competition up there. Tyler Dittmer did lead for a couple corners. That didn't last too long, though.
Yeah, Michael McKinnon, I'm seeing his comment. He said what sucked is Kansas. That was me. And, Michael McKinnon did not have a good run at Kansas. The most recent races right now here tonight at the Roval. It is still Blake Lothian, man. I mean, listen, there's an old saying, when it's your night, it's your night. When it's your weekend, it's your weekend. And we are seeing that happen here on a Monday by Blake Lothian, the Wellesley Mass driver for swag, for the swim, for Sim Sick with It Motorsports. And,
here tonight, Wesley, I got to say, he is swagged out, that's for sure.
He has. He's got his swag on, man. And he's definitely doing a great job at stuff like that. That's what I fear. Don't do those things. Don't do that. You got a 2.6 second lead. Don't give us a heart attack, Blake Lothian. Oh, my!
He is looking a little squirrely on the racetrack. Couple big slides out of the 43. We saw this late in that stage number 2 run. He was skating on those Goodyear Eagles, and right now Tyler Dittmer is not too far away. He keeps slip sliding around. Tyler Dittmer might have a chance.
I mean, I'm just simply watching all this going on here. And Blake Lothian, I mean, you're literally just in the catbird seat. Don't mess yourself up, bud. Don't you? Hey, Tyler Dittmer, he's saying, okay, go ahead.
And right now we're going to ride on board with the 20 of Jose Luis Rivera. And now he is in the mix in that SimRacerHub.com truck series right now. In that Friday night series, he's battling for that championship there, Wesley. So for the 20 machine, he's still hanging on there right now, not running the best race of the season. He is right now registered pretty far down the grid right there. We're looking around the 18th position, up 17 spots though. Pretty good race for that 20.
By the way, under 10 laps to go as Blake Lothian moving his way into the start-finish line. 8 laps to go now as he works his way back to the Tums Heartburn turn 1 here, working into that corner. And he is catching Joey Doucette, I believe. He's trying to put him a lap down, if you will. I believe it's the next truck that he's going to try to put a lap down. Joey Doucette, that's Jose Luis Rivera on board with him, and he's already multiple laps down. So listen, there's a race going on. You're not in it. Get out of the way and let that fast truck go, man, because if not, he'll move you.
And one interesting aspect, if our producer could jump us in the cockpit of the 43 machine of Blake Lothian there, I want to see the hand movement on that wheel to see how much he's fighting that truck, because he is slip sliding around the racetrack here. We're going to ride on board with the 43. You see how much wheel movement right there, Wesley. That's not what we saw to begin this race. He was really fighting those Goodyear Eagles.
Well, I think also he was telling that guy, move, you get out the way, without the expletive in that sentence. But yeah, he is fighting the wheel. Look at him working his way through the bus stop on the chicane. There he goes to them turtles again. I wouldn't take that chance, man. He is just dominating. Now look at Blake Lothian. Listen, I know he's not in one of our broadcast discords, but I hope that he is able to jump in here and join us for post-race interviews, because he is just doing phenomenal. But look at the way he's driving, man. He's just
I don't like that, Wesley. I don't like that exit there in the last bit of the bus stop on the exit of 4. He almost put that truck into the wall. You see how close he came on that exit. Last time around, he ran a 125. That's almost identical to the 34 machine of Tyler Dittmer.
Well, we're seeing now Blake Lothian, again, we're thinking something's happened to his truck. He's really, really getting tight. And Tyler Dittmer's got to be loving this now, but he's still 2.5 seconds back, though.
Yeah, he's not gaining any ground either. I think these trucks are starting to go away for these drivers here. Although Blake Lothian might be making these small mistakes, I think Tyler Dittmer also, you just mentioned that Wesley's probably also fighting this truck a little bit there. You just saw Blake Lothian go very high on the racetrack there. Did he make contact there with the topside wall?
Well, I know that we saw him battling heavily trying to get around that lap truck of Rivera, but I don't want to be damaged his truck or not. Maybe from the angles of Adam Flieger we can see if there's any damage on the truck. But wow, that was pretty close to the safer barrier there going through the chicane. But he looks okay.
Watch right here, Wesley. This is what got me nervous the last time around this racetrack. Right here on the exit, on the last bit of these corners. Watch how he comes up to this outside wall. How close he gets. Oh, man, that makes me nervous every time for that 43.
6 laps to go. Coming to the end of this thing here. Blake Lothian, Tyler Dittmer, Sean Hamilton. They are your top 3. Sean Hamilton, 8 seconds back, if you will, to the leaders. It's 2.5 seconds back. Dittmer to Lothian. And again, we're watching. Wow. Look at the way Dittmer's in stealth mode now, William. I really think Dittmer's now, okay, I got to do what I can to run down Lothian. He's in my crosshairs. If he slips like I've been watching him do, I could capitalize here and pounce on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think my hat's absolutely, I don't think I know. My hat is off for the 34 machine of Tyler Dittmer here. He is solid in that second position. He hasn't relinquished that at all here tonight. He's battled a little bit here, but has ran basically the same race as the 43 truck of Blake Lothian all by himself. Been a very lonely race for both the 34 and the 43 trucks here tonight. No competition, no friends to play with, sort of say, Wesley. They have just been solid inside the top two.
Yeah, this is absolutely going to the end of it here, man. Blake Lothian is absolutely strong. What a drive, what a run. Tyler Dittmer in that second spot. The question is, how far can we keep going? Lothian has got such a strong drive. Dittmer, he is doing everything he can. And by the way, I will say this. He is getting quicker with 5 laps to go here. A handful of laps remain, William Tiller, and he has cut the distance to 1 1/4.
Yeah, he's going to make this move count, though. Wesley does look like he will have an opportunity before this checkered flag flies. He has to maintain, though, here. Don't get too excited right here as he's going to get around the lap truck. Very smart of that lap truck to get out of the way here as you watch the 43 and the 34 go around the 33 machine right here. That's a lap truck on the racetrack. Right now, Tyler Dittmer running very fast lap times. Just cut that lead now, folks, to a 1.5 seconds on the racetrack.
So, Lothian, the man in front. There you see him on board. By the way, I want to acknowledge all the fathers out there, whether you are a dad, whether you're a grandfather, whether you are a male parent guardian. Happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there. One of the greatest blessings in my life is to have my son Nathan, who will be 16 in July. He will be 16 July 13th, and one of the greatest blessings in my life was to be a father. And just to wish everyone a happy Father's Day out there, and enjoy the times with your family and loved ones, especially your dads. I always say, William, you should celebrate your dad and your mom every day, not just one day a year. That's a lift. I always say that. I live by that life. And secondly, think about the families. Think about the loved ones that do not have their fathers. Or we got one loose there. Carrie Tribune in the bus stop. Chicane going to turn 3. The Chevrolet back rolling again. But happy Father's Day, everybody. And William,
Wesley.
And William, we're ready to see this now. And look, all the momentum that Dittmer had is gone. Blake Lothian's put this truck in stealth mode.
Yeah, and I think something may have happened there when they came up on the 22 of Brandon Broadfoot. I think the 43 truck got around the 22 no problem. I think the 34 may have gotten bogged down a little bit there by the 22 machine. That killed the momentum. Now back up to 3 seconds on the racetrack. He had it down to a 1.5 seconds, Wesley. He was gaining on him there with 5 laps to go. Now with 4 laps to go, we're creeping up on the last set of corners here. He's going to make it 3 laps to go here, and it might be Blake's race here tonight.
4 laps to go. 3 when they come to the line. There's Lothian. There is now Hamilton. Wow, look at this. 9 seconds back, man. 3rd place ain't even nowhere in sight of the leaders.
Right now we're watching the field come across the start-finish line. We have 3 laps to go here in the Team Watson Racing 130. This is week number 4 of the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. Again, 3 laps to go. You know what that means, Wesley? Throw up those 3s. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt, because, you know, folks didn't really realize that Dale Earnhardt was also good at road courses as well as the high banks of Daytona and Talladega. He could perform at road courses as well, Wesley. Now with 3 laps to go, another driver who's performing well at a road course, that's definitely Blake Lothian, that 43 truck, laying down, as you mentioned, a 1:22.7 in this race here tonight. It has led almost every lap.
Lothian down to that corner, ready to wrap this up with 3 to go. They're coming to the popsicle sticks with this time by. Working to the back straightaway, though. The back stretch onto the binders, through the chicane, into the bus stop. Back onto the racetrack into turn 3. And Dittmer, you better go, and you better go now. Blake Lothian has now opened up close to a 2.25 second lead now on the 34 Toyota of Tyler Dittmer. Both representing Swim. Sean Hamilton in 3rd. He is nowhere in this battle. He's lost ground, as a matter of fact. 12 seconds back to Lothian and Dittmer, and Lothian with 2 to go now, William. Back into turn number 1 of the Tums Heartburn turn is moving by lap traffic. They're not even in his path. He's like passing them like a tornado.
No, right now Blake Lothian is doing his thing on the racetrack, leading all by himself. And Wesley, the folks at home, I know they like to say we don't show other battles. Well, folks, there are no other battles. We look at the race so far. Second and third separated by 12 seconds. Third and fourth separated by 15, 16 seconds. All these positions, I'd say you're pretty much locked into where you're at on the race.
Yeah, what you've got is what you've got right now, and well, there's nobody in sight. Blake Lothian is now opening up to 4 seconds. I think he might have been toying. He might have been toying with Tyler Dittmer because now he's in stealth mode. He's gone.
Yeah, doing very well here tonight. We also got to shout out some other drivers inside the top 10 as we're going to watch Blake Lothian take this parade lap around the Charlotte Roval. We look at some drivers who are going to get top 10s here tonight. Brandon Bullock in that 17 truck will get a top 10 at a road course. Adam Newton, the 82, will get a top 10 at a road course. Sean Hamilton, a top 3, a podium here at a road course. It is time for that Darren's Nail Gun Repair white flag as Blake Lothian Wesley is going to do it one more time as he has done a bunch here tonight.
The Darren's Nail Gun Repair, 1 to go, final lap, and just like at the start of the race when we had that big wreck on the start, massive cloud cover now above the virtual Roval here at Charlotte. There's Adam Newton. 34 seconds back, by the way. There's Sean Hamilton. He's in third. And again, Blake Lothian, 2.95 seconds back on Tyler Dittmer is to Lothian. Lothian is his race to lose. It is his race right now. He needs the perfect lap here in the final go-around.
Yeah, as a 43 truck and the 34 come into your view here in the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. I applaud both drivers for running one heck of a race here tonight. If either one of them was out of the race, either one of them would be in victory lane. It's just one has to be better than the other one. And for the 43 truck tonight of Blake Lothian, he is by far better than everyone else here tonight at the Charlotte Roval.
It is the end of this race, hands down, and Tyler Dittmer is just absolutely lost all to be had there as he is going to the line. Checkered flag is out. Your winner is Blake Lothian here tonight at Charlotte. Look at that absolute domination.
Oh,
and
he's
now
happy.
You can celebrate, and now you can do burnouts, and now you can spin out, and now you can tear your truck all to hell because you've won the race here at the Roval. Blake Lothian gets it done over Tyler Dittmer. Interval William Tiller, 2.50 seconds. Sean Hamilton third, 13.07 gap. And again, there's the interval when this race concludes. Wow.
Yeah. When I thought the 43 truck was getting loose on the last exit of that corner, I think it was just a little cheeky slide across the start-finish line. A little bit of that swag we're seeing coming out of the 43 truck.
Let the celebration begin. Let the celebration begin for the driver of Blake Lothian. Man, what a drive. Is this his first win this year? I believe it is.
I believe it is in either series. I believe he may have won in that Friday night series early on to start off, but for this series, absolutely, this is his first win. As I like to say, Blake likes to dip his toes in, gets a few wins on the season there, and folks like that, like I like to mention here, go support Blake's race team there. As Wesley mentioned, he is a real-life race car driver, and they rely on those merch sales. Wesley, I know how you know about that, how that drives those race teams. So
Oh yes.
Go support Blake however way you can to make sure he stays on that tour, because as you can see tonight, he is one heck of a driver.
And what a performance he has put on. Blake Lothian, the interval, 2.50 seconds. Now he gets right back to the start-finish line, into the turf grass here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway virtual Roval course, and he is gonna burn it down and just light him up as this race is over. The Wellesley, Massachusetts driver in the swim Ford is in victory lane. Tyler Dittmer, a swim teammate, will have to settle for the number 2 spot. Sean Hamilton in third. and let the celebration begin. He's going to carry it all the way to the Toyota restart zone, the Geico restart zone in that area. And the big celebration on for Blake Lothian. What a job.
Absolutely is. He's going to park this thing on the start-finish line here at the Charlotte Roval. Wesley, I believe this is the perfect time to go over those official results here in the Team Watson Racing 130. As you see, our race winner, Blake Lothian, sits pretty on the start-finish line, winning here tonight. Second place position, as we mentioned, it's Tyler Dittmer in that 34. Who else? Sean Hamilton here tonight's going to finish third. That's 1, 2, 3. They stayed like that almost all night long there. Shout out to Lionel Richie. Fourth place position here tonight's going to go to Adam Newton. Fifth place position, Kerry Tribune in that 7. Brandon Bullock in that 17. Chuck's going to finish 6th. Joey Doucette, the Joker, is going to finish 7th. Adam Newbert, the Money Man, is going to finish 8th. Robbie Richards, 9th. And Jacob Claycart will be our top 10, Wesley.
11th is going to go to Ed Osborne, followed by Jason Morellas in the 12th position. 13th will go to the driver of Derek Kilgore. By the way, all these drivers a lap down, 8 trucks on the lead lap at the end of this race. Donnie Lyons will finish 14th. Toyota Steve Barnett 15th. Lance Miller, Jose Luis Rivera, Rob Meza, Cody Knott. Not a good top 3 podium tonight for the 26, and Jeffrey Johnson Jr., your top 20 here at the Roval.
Yeah, and some other drivers that didn't have not so hot nights here tonight. Wesley, we get into some drivers that wish they would have went the other direction. Nathan Maurer is going to finish 21st. Brandon Broadfoot in that 22 machine, 22nd to match that car number. Zach Hartwork in that 71 is going to finish 23rd. Adam Cantwell, a rookie here in this series, is going to finish 24th. Good race, though, in the green, up 7 spots. James Morris in that 47 machine is going to finish 25th. Joey Stiers in that 23 is going to finish 26th. Justin White in that 27th. Chris Kynes in the 29 is going to finish 28th. 65 machine of Curtis Rogers is going to finish 29th. And rounding out our top 30 is Scott Griffin at 44.
31st, Brian Chu. 32nd on the racetrack will be Ron Hunter. Tim Hammond, 33rd. Tyler Daniels will finish 34th. And Kyle Hess will finish in the 35th position. There were 2 cautions in the Surf Pro cautions of the race. The time of the race again, close to an hour, 29 minutes, 1 hour, 29 minutes with still almost an hour of time limit left to kill when it's all said and done. Again, Blake Lothian, Tyler Dittmer, Sean Hamilton. We effort to talk to those drivers coming up here. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. The Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Thanks for joining us tonight for the Team Watson Racing 130, and we will be back in just a moment to grab a word with our podium finishers.
And we're back here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. We just saw the conclusion of the Team Watson Racing 130, which Blake Lothian won by 2.5 seconds. But, folks, one of the drivers that was solid in that 3rd place position all race long, racing up in the clean air country of Canada, is Sean Hamilton in 89, who is now joined by Wesley Allen.
Sean, man, obviously, I know you weren't in contention a battle with Lothian or Dittmer, but a solid podium finish, and you survived the Roval. Good points day, right?
Yeah, well, that was the plan going in, right? I told the team up front, I was like, look, I qualified P3. I'm just going to try and not die, and I think I'll finish in the points if I can manage that. And a few laps in, I actually self-spun myself. Ended up continuing forward, going to P7, jumping back to P3, and then, finishing it out from there. So it was an interesting race to start for sure. A lot of action that I didn't get to see that I was hearing about in Discord.
It was a very eventful start. I know you did have a little hiccup there at the beginning, but once you made it there to the end of the race, you get a solid podium here. So that your strategy worked.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it. I told myself this season I'm going to try and race a little bit smarter, just try and collect points over the course of the season. And if we get a win, great. If not, then we'll still have enough points to make it to the playoffs. So feeling good about this. Wish my teammates could have finished strong as well, but we'll come back swinging next week.
All right, man. Before I let you go, I want you to thank your sponsor there in that 89 truck. Good run tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to thank Mission One Esports, Brady for running the team, all my teammates, the girlfriend for watching the kiddo, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, and the league obviously for putting on a good race.
There you go. There's the driver out of Canada, the 89 of Sean A. Hamilton. Chevrolet number 89 will finish in third here tonight at the Roval. Runner-up is Tyler Dittmer. We spoke to him earlier at the end of stage 2. The Gore, Virginia driver will settle for second. He's standing by with William Tiller.
Yeah, welcome back, Tyler, here at the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Just spoke to you a little while ago. You didn't move from where we talked to you there. Second place finish here tonight at the Roval. Probably ran one of the most cleanest races, I'd say, compared to Blake Lothian there at the top. You were creeping on Blake there towards the end. Break down what was a pretty good road course race for you.
Yeah, it was all just kind of qualified up front. Blake and I kind of just stayed up front the entire time. He was just so much faster than me. I was gaining a little bit more on him in that second run than I was in the first run, which was kind of nice to see. But he's just so good at this track, and props to him. He's a great talent, a great guy, and a great driver. So hats off to him for winning. I thought I maybe had a chance a little bit late when I had those 2 lap cars in front of him, but they ended up slowing me down more, and they slowed him down. So it is what it is. We'll move on to next week.
Yeah, let's talk about when you were able to gain the lead there on that restart. Actually restarted in the lead, and you separated from the 43 truck there for just a little bit. Did you feel like maybe you could maintain up there? We saw actually Blake pick one of the hardest points on the racetrack to get around you. When you saw that 43 truck coming, did you know, okay, it's time to battle now?
No, I was on 2-lap older tires, which it does mean a little bit of a difference, and I was trying to save my stuff, so I saw he got a run coming from the infield to the outfield. I was like, yeah, I'll just let him go here. We'll figure it out later on. And yeah, he ran a great race. I wasn't going to battle him hard there. It was still 17 to go. But it was more just trying to maybe pick my point. Maybe I could get back to him later on, and I almost did.
Yeah, absolutely. We take a look here, Tyler, in one bright spot out of this race here. I don't know if you got a chance to look at it or not, but leading the Charlotte Roval here tonight, you are the points leader 4 weeks into the season with 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s in 4 starts. Tell us about that so far.
Yeah, it's kind of a shock. Finished horrible at Nashville after leading early on. Didn't have a great finish at Daytona, but 2 really, really solid races here. Nice to take that points lead, I guess. We'll see how it plays next day. I think we're at Richmond next week, so we'll get the truck ready to go. I'll do a little bit of practice, not too much though. Not really my style. We'll just see how the truck handles.
Boy, they might have to do an ESPN 30 for 30 on you if you go from broadcaster to championship winner in one season time. But Tyler, before we let you go, my man, with that podium finish, anybody you wanted to shout out here or any sponsors on that truck?
Yeah, I just want to shout out Highline Racing, Jason Morales, for getting me on the team. I appreciate all that support. Mike Morales out in Phoenix with the Glass Mechanic. Just great group, great company on board the truck tonight. Give a shout out if you have any shower door or window needs out in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Again, Mike Morales, Glass Mechanic. Also, Lizardworks Graphics on the hood of the truck, the 34 machine, and just a fun time, and appreciate all you guys in the NASCAR 360 Race Network. You, Will, and Wesley, and Adam. I miss you guys, but also at the same time, I don't miss winning a little bit of money and racing up front.
Absolutely. You put some nice cash moolah in your pocket here tonight. Appreciate you taking the time with us here, my man. That was Tyler Dittmer, the driver of the number 34 machine, second place here tonight at the Roval. And now, Wesley, it is time to catch up with the man that is down in victory lane. He already knows what barbecue spot did up here in Charlotte to get the best barbecue victory dinner he can think of. Wesley, you're down in victory lane with the Team Watson Racing 130 winner.
Well, you try to ponder your brain and come up with a question for the winner as well. The Wellesley Bass driver for, again, Swim, getting it done. Stick with it, Motorsports, number 4043, Blake Lothian. Blake, great job, man. You dominated the Roval tonight, man. Absolutely nobody was in your path.
Oh, no. I mean, that was hands down one of the best races I've raced in a while in iRacing. Just glad I didn't overshoot that the final chicane. There's one lap where I just missed my mark by about 2 truck lengths. I thought I threw it away there, but somehow saved it. But wow.
Yeah, there were a couple of times that we thought maybe the truck was tightening up, or you were just kind of bored and you just wanted to to just battle the track, if you will.
Definitely at the end, towards the end of stage 2, I was trying to save fuel, trying to figure out, if I wanted to let some guys stay on the lead lap, and then I realized, the less drivers on the lead lap, the less I have to worry about in case I make an error or something, or if another yellow comes out. So it's kind of, once I got my foot on their necks, don't let them go.
So listen, you're one of those guys that you have a really crazy schedule, kind of like me as a broadcaster with you, and you're driving with the Solid Rock Carriers Car Store and other racing endeavors that you do. Did this strategy work out good for you? Do you feel like, get a win, try to stay within the fast 20 of the points later on in the year, and then make a run to the playoffs for a championship? Was that the goal, or are we going to see a lot more on Monday nights?
Well, I'm only registered for part-time. I don't want to take up a playoff spot if I know I can't make every single race in the playoffs, so I'd rather not, take up a spot and, hurt someone else's shot. So I'll probably run part-time and just see how many races I can win.
Would you possibly change your mind? Would something make you change your mind?
We'll see. All depends on how the wins fare.
All right, William, what's your question for the winner, Blake Lothian?
Yeah, Blake, I talked about it on the broadcast here tonight about your social media posts. One, I saw you were with some awesome elementary school kids that asked you for a bunch of autographs, and other posts there. Blake, where do people go to support you? Where can they buy some of those awesome shirts, or how can they support your real-life racing endeavors?
Oh, yes, through BlakeLothianRacing.com. We're currently out of stock of T-shirts. We're working really hard to get another supply up and other stuff that people can acquire. But, of course, just following me on social media, Blake_Lothian on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Blake Lothian and Blake Lothian Motorsports on Facebook as well. Just I always appreciate all the support and just, making fans' days and, touring that elementary school. My elementary school I used to go to was a really cool feeling.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's the thoughts of Blake Lothian. Again, winner tonight here at the Roval at Charlotte. Dominating performance for the driver of, again, the number 43. Not a full-time racer, as he mentioned, just does this part-time. But, you never know. You might make him see him run to the playoffs. We don't know. But tonight, he dominated here in the Roval at Charlotte. Now, Tyler Dittmer's going to come away with a points lead, as William Tiller mentioned. We got to wrap it up, man. I got another iRacing broadcast obligation. It's always fun working with you, William. Glad you're feeling better, man. Your final take of this race tonight at the Roval at Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm excited for week number 5. We carry through. Of course, Blake Lothian always picks up a win in these early rounds of these seasons here. I'm curious to see if the streak of different winners can continue on to week number 5.
And believe it or not, now we prepare for Richmond Raceway next weekend. Next Monday night, as a matter of fact, next Monday night, Richmond Raceway, where we'll be, should be a good one. A lot of cool things coming up. As always, follow us at NASCAR Racing on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and iRacing as well. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and a like on Facebook. Instagram, and follow us on Twitter. For everybody at the North American Sim Racing Association of the Nazareth Sim Racer Hub Truck Series, for Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott, race director is TJ Moore, director and producer is Adam Flieger. For William Tiller, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations tonight. The winner, the Team Watson 130 at the Roval, Blake Lothian. Be good to one another. Happy Father's Day again. We look forward to seeing you next Monday night at Virtual Richmond. This has been coverage on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network.